In this recording, in this session, today we shall learn a little bit more about the Lebanese American poet Khalil Gibran. Okay, he was a Lebanese American writer and also poet, and very famously known as a visual artist. Okay, as yesterday we were discussing that he was a visual poet, he was very famous as visual artist as well. Okay, and he was also considered a philosopher. Okay, but interestingly enough that he rejected this title. He did not want himself to be called a philosopher. Okay, and he is best known for his work, The Prophet. That is the most famous work of Khalil Gibran, and which was first published in United States in 1923. Okay, and he has since become one of the best-selling authors, and this has become one of the best-selling books of all time. It has become a landmark in the history of Arab American writing. Okay, since he immigrated from Lebanon, Lebanon being an Arabian country, a Gulf country, a Middle Eastern country. So the book Prophet by Khalil Gibran is a landmark work, a landmark book. It set a benchmark in the entire gamut of Arab American writing. Okay, and the book Prophet, it has been translated into more than 100 languages of the world. Okay, so this is a little bit regarding his famous book, The Prophet, and he as a poet, writer, and visual artist. Now let us, throw a little light, have a little glimpse on his personal life as well, which is quite interesting. Okay, Khalil Gibran, when he was young, he immigrated with his mother and siblings to the United States in 1895. Okay, and his mother worked as a seamstress. He was enrolled at a school in Boston. Okay, where his creative abilities were quickly noticed by a teacher who presented him to photographer and publisher Holland Day. Okay, his talents in photography and painting and drawing were recognized by his teacher, and he was introduced to the famous photographer and publisher Holland Day. Then Gibran was sent back to his native land after this, and at the age of 15, he went back to Lebanon to enroll at College de la Segis, okay, in Beirut, okay, the capital of Lebanon. Then returning to, again he comes back to America, to Boston, okay, when his youngest sister dies in 1902. Okay, and he also loses his older half brother. Okay, and his mother, followed by his brother. His mother also passed away the next year. Okay, and he was now helpless and completely relying on his sister's income. Okay, and she used to work at a dressmaker's shop for some time. Okay, so then what happened is in 1904, Gibran's drawings were displayed for the first time at Day's studio in Boston. Okay, as we are discussing that he is also famous, very famous as a visual poet. His drawings were displayed for the first time in Boston in 1904, and his first book in Arabic was published in 1905. Okay, and where it got published first time in 1905 in New York City. Okay, and with the financial help of uh, you know newly met benefactress Mary Haskell, Gibran studied at Paris. Okay, he got a benefactress, a lady who helped him in getting him to his further studies. So that was Mary Haskell with her financial help. He actually flew to Paris from 1908 to 1910. He took up further studies in art. Okay. Then he came in contact with Syrian political thinkers. Okay, promoting rebellion in the Ottoman Empire. Okay, then he came in contact with political thinkers. Then he became a kind of rebellious author and thinker, promoting the rebellion of Ottoman Empire after the Young Turk Revolution. Okay, and some of Khalil Gibran's early writings, okay, they actually focus on this revolution, the Turk Revolution, the Ottoman Revolution, which per se tries to oppose the foreign invasion and rule, and some of his ideas surround this particular movement. Okay, then he also voiced his ideas in a movement called anti-clericalism. Okay, and it was eventually banned by Ottoman authorities. Right, in 1911, Gibran settled in New York. Okay, where his first book in English was published, and which was the first book which was published in English, The Madman. Okay, and the publisher was Alfred Knopf. Okay, Alfred Knopf was the publisher, and it was in again in 1918 when he came out with the famous book The Prophet. It is also known as The Earth Gods. Okay, that also was about to be published in 1918. Okay, then his visual artwork was shown at Monstrous Gallery. Okay, Monstrous Gallery, and it was in 1914. Okay, then in 1920 something interesting happens, that Gibran refounded the Pen League with fellow Mahajiri poets. Okay, we previously discussed about the Majar poets, right? That is the immigrant poets, especially poets who migrated from Middle East to America, especially, and some parts of Europe as well. And these poets and their literature was known as Mahajar literature, and these poets were called as Mahajar poets. Then Gibran founded a special pen league by gathering and with the collective efforts of bringing all these poets, Mahajar poets, under a single canopy. He formed a pen league. Okay. By the time of his death, he died as early as 48 years, right? He died of, kind of incipient tuberculosis, okay, in one lung. Okay, and he had already achieved, though he died at the age of 48, he had already become famous. He had achieved his literary fame, right, on both the sides of Atlantic Ocean. He had become very famous indeed, both in Arabian countries, the Middle East, and also in America. Okay, as he rightly owned the dual citizenship of Lebanon and USA, so he became famous in both the places, his old home and the new home as well. Okay, the Prophet, his work, the very famous work, The Prophet, had already been translated into German and French when he was very much alive. Okay, then then where he had actually bequeathed all future royalties on his books, and where a museum dedicated to his works now stands open for the visitors in Lebanon. Okay, in the present day Lebanon, you find his works in a museum. Okay, and the museum, all his works are dedicated to his works, Khalil Gibran's works. Okay, then there are few other interesting information. There is some more interesting information regarding the works of Khalil Gibran, and also some more information about his personal life, which we shall foresee in some of our upcoming sessions.